To be honest with you, my initial thoughts of 3D food printing was not positive. So I thought it was artificial food, processed food. I'm a pretty healthy eater, so for me, doing pre-filled food capsules full of additives and preservatives didn't exactly line up with who I am as an eating person. So we questioned it. We said, well, why can't we use 3D printing to print sweet and savory food, meals and snacks, and use fresh, real, wholesome ingredients? And that's what we're doing. That's where we are today. We have Paco Morales here today. We're working with Paco Morales as well. This is another set of chefs in Barcelona. This is Dos Cielos. So we took a bit of a risk with Dos Cielos about a year ago. So we were talking to them about 3D printed food, and they liked the idea, but they kind of kept it at arm's length. Like, it sounds like a cool techie toy for the kitchen. Chefs like new gadgets and how to cook. But they were positive, but I wouldn't say overwhelmingly positive. This is actually a soup that they make that has some butter and animal fats in it, so when it's at a room temperature, it solidifies. So we actually printed it with the idea of food presentation. Chefs know all about food presentation and how eating with your eyes is just as important as eating with your mouth. So this particular soup that they made has 47 different vegetables in it. So we came up with the idea of printing a flower shape with 47 different petals so that they can put the individual vegetables in those petals so their clients, their customers can see the 47 different vegetables. The idea was to put that in the bottom of a soup bowl, then take the hot soup and pour it on top so that 3D print dissolves. It's the same food. It's their exact recipe. But when the hot food touches it, it just melts. So it's a different type of food presentation, different creativity. Now again, our proposition is not to say everything you should eat should be 3D printed, just like everything you eat now does not come out of an oven. But for those things you do print, you can tie that into wearables like Fitbit, or when your kitchen starts talking, when your kitchen becomes Wi-Fi enabled, your Foodini can actually talk to your refrigerator and say, hey, you know, there's some produce in the refrigerator, it's gonna expire after a day or two, it's not gonna be so fresh. Foodini can recommend recipes based on your profile of foods you like, saying here's some recipes to try with that ingredient. So one of our challenges as 3D food entrepreneurs, if you will, is to change that mentality. And people often ask us, they're like, well, why do you call it 3D printed food? It kind of sounds artificial and, you know, all the negative things we think about. And the answer to that is, quite frankly, well, A, it is 3D printing technology, that's what it is. But B, I probably wouldn't even be talking to you today, or you wouldn't even be interested in 3D printing food if it wasn't called 3D printed food. So we're calling it what it is. And similar to that microwave story, where once people understood it and started taste testing and understanding it, the mentality shifts. And one of the main themes was, again, it's a tool. It's a tool to unlock creativity. It's not going to replace people.